Hello, this is R6462, and I looked at the new ban list that has been confirmed. Unfortunately, yes, it's gonna suck, like the last one did, but it will take care of a few decks. Unfortunately, it's also gonna take care of my Heretic Issue thing that I was planning on making, and instead will put in the side deck, Chaos Dragon one in there, so, yep. Um, the reason being I wanted to talk to you in this video is because the future of the ban lists and the way it looks like to me that they have this ban list set up is that they want to bring back some of the older decks while at the same time kill the top-notch dog decks or soon to be top-notch dog decks, which of course if you been having your shine, your little shining moment for too long, eventually every star no longer makes the cut, and you just get your soul reach right there. So, with that figurative speech put aside, I think what they're trying to do with this list as well is to try to get the other cards banned in future lists, because it seems to me within this next list they're trying to make it safer for like Destiny heroes and the older decks in general besides Commercial OTK to really thrive. Because D draw back at 3, that instantly makes D heroes finally viable. 2 didn't make them viable enough, but 3 might make an exception, especially with Plasma and whatnot. But with E-Call at 2, that slows down heroes a little bit, but I guess with Poly at 3, I guess you could just make room for another Poly. But I don't understand why they didn't limit Super Poly, and that really bugs the hell out of me that they're making Mirror Force 2. So, I don't know about you, but I think they want to get rid of the overrated cards like Heavy Storm and whatnot, but not yet. I think they want to drag out the lists so they can finally get an excuse to do that. Now, for you Inzektor players, I feel really sorry for you because you only had like really 1 or 2 formats to shine, and all of a sudden, dead. Because basically, Konami just took a shit on your deck and just pissed all over it and wrote salt balloons. But then again, I guess they kind of did that with Heretics, but they did that to Heretics before they really won anything in the TCG. Because I know in the OCG they were running rampant with Card D, which I still don't really get much of a use out of that card other than Pot of Greed. But Pot of Greed that ends your turn, anywho. But, yeah. So, what I think they're trying to do with these ban lists is to maybe try to draw out some of the more awkward players that have probably been hiding in their closet with these great deck ideas and try to bring them out into light. I mean, like, some crazy-ass Destiny hero burn, stall, OTK deck, I don't know. Or maybe, revive old burn decks like my big burn deck that used to run well, but then this last format kind of killed it, the Heavy Storm, and I think this new format's probably still going to kill it. Not as much, but it's only a slight improvement for my bitch burn deck, but it's still not viable enough to really run the deck seriously, like it was 2 formats ago, when Giant Trunade and only 1 or 2 MSTs, and that was the end of it. And no BLS. Or should I say BS, with the L in between. So, I think the other things that have me concerned on the ban list is where I start this medal at 1. I could see two, but did you really have to put it to one? I mean, I understand you want to stop Gustav Max, but if you really have that much of a fucking problem with Gustav Max, why don't you just ban Gustav Max in the first place? It's not that difficult. Just call it. But I guess they want to make it impossible to play Super Dimensional Robo Galaxy Destroyer, because that card is awesome, but now you need to play 2 trades in the Red Ice Darkness Metal instead of 3 Red Ice Darkness Metals or 2 Red Ice Darkness Metals in a trade, because there's no such thing as a level 10 normal monster out there as of yet. I think the highest normal monster out there is a level 8. That's it. And Blue Eyes easily takes the cake as the best candidate for that one. So, yes, I will be doing an updated deck profile of my Heretic deck, but instead of Heretic Ishki, it will be a Heretic Chaos. My friend Platinum Stardust helped me make this, and ironically, he was making the same deck as well, but he didn't really get into it until he saw my Heretic Ishkis, and he goes, oh, look at that. So, yeah. So, I will do that. What else? Return of the Duelist. A lot of people are saying that Miracle Contact is garbage, but I assure you it is not. Yeah, cat. It's that is my kitty cat. So, I don't know why people think that Miracle Contact is bad, or anything that has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX in general, other than E-Heroes. Why do they think that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is terrible at all? I don't get it. Maybe because they don't have their mascot Dang Green dancing around the field, I don't know for them. Or maybe Jane Yuki wasn't their little thing they jack off to, I don't know. Probably half the reason why people like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, because the card borders were white instead of colored fashions. Oh well. I suppose. Also, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal series in Japan is nearing a close for season 1 finally. Hopefully it might be the last season. If not, then let's just hope that season 2 is not a godforsaken mishap like this past one was. It got a shitload better in the middle of the season towards the end, but the beginning was god-awful. I mean, granted, there was a couple of cards that I liked. The rest of it was too cartoonish. Like, they would do a great job on the first animation, but then afterwards it makes it look like a complete cartoon, and you couldn't really take it seriously. So, the 2 cards that I'm looking forward to most in the new set, Cosmo Blazar, coming right after Abyss Rising, will hopefully be numbers 92 and 53, both used by Dr. Faker. And maybe if Konami is really nice to us, and maybe might even give us an apology for being gigantic douchebags to us, is maybe make the Dragon card that was mentioned at the end of 5Ds as Cosmo Blazar Dragon. Since the set is called Cosmo Blazar, and they're somewhat supporting sequels, but at the same time they're not. So hopefully we'll see that card finally. Or maybe we'll see like a crossover between the 4 groups. I don't know. But yeah. So this video is short. I'll upload an updated version of my Heretic deck. I'll also be discussing a few cards with you from Return of the Duelist, Abyss Rising, and Hopes and Dreams for the new set Cosmo Blazar, and some predictions for future bands. This is Arceus462, signing out.